Good evening, council members and Mayor Wong. I'm here to present Cupertino Public Works case number 22895. This is a case that is near and dear to my heart. My family moved here in 1980. I played in Memorial Park for most of my childhood. This is a revised proposal to replace the initial proposal put forth by Cupertino resident Mr. Larry Tan in December of 2013, requesting consideration by the council to approve the installation of a memorial monument in Cupertino Memorial Park. This new proposal is a two-part plan requesting the council to consider the following. Number one is to allow the Cupertino Memorial Park Committee to designate an area of adequate size within Cupertino Memorial Park as a genocide memorial site to honor and remember the civilian victims of worldwide genocides. Part two is approval of a project that will construct a Pacific War Memorial monument as the first installation within the designated genocide memorial site. Number one, Genocide Memorial Site. The purpose of the Genocide Memorial Site is to honor and pay tribute to the genocide victims of wars, both foreign and domestic. It serves to educate the public about the cruelty and perversity of war and the importance of peace. The designation of a Genocide Memorial Site within Cupertino Memorial Park is consistent with the purpose and spirit of the park, which is to honor those local veterans whose lives were lost during service. The Genocide Memorial Site serves to further honor our veterans by remembering the horrendous crimes against humanity that our veterans fought to eliminate in order to provide us with peace. In existence throughout the entire United States and abroad are many similar designations of the proposed Genocide Memorial Site at public or private parks, museums, and buildings. Examples include the National Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C., which is in proximity to the National Mall, the Museums of Tolerance in Los Angeles, New York, and Jerusalem, and several Holocaust museums in Israel. More locally are Lincoln Park in San Francisco and Holocaust Grove at Sonoma State University, to which many Cupertino residents continue to visit and contribute by installing a number of memorial bricks, plaques, and monuments since its inception in 2009. Holocaust Grove includes memorials for not just victims of the Holocaust, but also those of the Armenian Genocide, Cambodia killing fields, Darfur Genocide, the 1994 Rwanda Genocide, Native Americans Genocide, and the Pacific War. Cupertino is known as a great city of technological achievements, but that is really only half of what makes Cupertino a great city. The other half of the equation is its people. The people of Cupertino are a testament to the world of how peace can coexist with diversity and promote tremendous success. Cupertino is a city where many people of many different ethnicities and cultural backgrounds live peacefully together and work together to create the innovative, futuristic ideas that make Silicon Valley world-renowned. Complementing the existing Veterans Memorial with a civilian genocide site will give our citizens pride in who they are and what they represent.
Thank you, Ms. Zhao. Your time is up.
Peace and success.
Thank you, Ms. Zhao.
Can I ask Esther a
Yes,
question?
you may.
Esther, which area in the Memorial Park you have in mind for the genocide site?
That would be the back entrance of the Quinlan Community Center.
Back entrance area? Okay, great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Cafe Wang. I think I have filled out the card.
Okay, I got it. Okay, you have 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you. And my honor to speak to you, the mayor, the city council, and all the citizens of the Cupertino here. I speak here to support the proposal which just been issued. And my reason is here. As a parent of 2 daughters, a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old, I find it's always most difficult to speak with them about the darkest time in the human history. For example, the genocide here and everything. Okay, but I have an experience here we can share. I used to visit the United Nations in New York City, and they have a monument for the first most worst disease we have controlled, the smallpox. And there is a monument that said, we finally controlled this disease. And at that time, as a biological medical majored PhD student, I feel very satisfied with my major because of that monument. That recorded the darkest moment in the human history. Tens of millions of people, even hundreds of millions of people die because of this disease. We cannot handle it for thousands of years, but now we have accomplished to control this disease, and it's just extinguished from our life. that accomplishment and the best memorial I can think of this disease. And I feel very satisfied because I'm a biomedical major student. I feel so satisfied, and the next day I walk down 40 blocks and find a job in Wall Street and switch my major. So the same thing happened here for the genocide. We have passed the darkest moment in the human history. We can name a lot of this kind of stuff in the history, like the Jewish, like the Darfur, which is happening right now, and a lot of things we can think about. And I think, as the history have showed us, this is the best way to teach our child what happened in the history and how we should handle them. And this has been proved. And we can see this kind of monument has been installed in a lot of big cities all over the world. And for the most recent and the nearest, the Sonoma State University. So I will support this proposal because I think that's the best way to teach our child how to handle this and how to overcome this. And I hope as the smallpox, we can talk to our child and say, as this disease, we can climb, we have passed that moment, and this will never happen again in the human history. And this is the meaning of this Holocaust and genocide group. And that's why I'm supporting it. Thank you.
Good evening, the City Council and the Mayor. I'm here to support a proposal of establishing the Genocide Memorial Site. When I learned the Global Alliance Association brought up this proposal, I was very touched and motivated. I believe this is a great opportunity for people in Bay Area to know about the history of the Pacific War and genocide events, which was happened in the human history. And I think for the people at my age, we have never gone through this dark time, and we never have any idea about what happened, in the history and in the genocide at that moment. So I think this is a great opportunity for us to learn more about this history. And I think this memorial site that we proposed is not just for the people who are in this ethnic minority groups, like China, like Indonesia, but also for the people, everyone in this Bay Area in the city of Cupertino to know about this history. And I think also as an educator, I believe this is a good lesson, a good place for the younger generation to know about this genocide events happened in the human history. And I think besides these aspects, also I think establishing the Genocide Memorial Site will also become a cultural events for the city of Cupertino. It is not for anyone to discriminate any part of the world, any people, or not blaming any people for having for this event. But also we wanted to actually in memory of those the history and those people who sacrificed in those events, and also I think for people to know about this events is to have them to treasure the peace and hold hands for a better future. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Zhang. I need you to hold your applause, please.
Can I ask Sunny
yes, you may.
two quick question? You mentioned about you're the educator.
Yeah, sort of. Yes.
What subject you're teaching?
I'm not a teacher, but I work in a university.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then the second question is on the Genocide Memorial Site.
Yes.
How big this area you guys have in mind?
We are thinking of an adequate size of the memorial site. I don't have any idea about how big it's going to be. I think it's pretty much up to you guys.
To the city.
Yes, but it's not a matter of how big it is, but we just wanted to, preserve a place that everyone can come over and just kind of having a place for the people to know this history and then kind of have this kind of educational, meaningful place for the kids and for the residents of Cupertino.
Sure. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Zhang. Hi, Ann. How are you doing?
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council people. My name is Ann Wu. I'm the resident of Cupertino for 33 years. So I have been watching you guys, come and go. Anyway, I used to be an engineer, but I quit my job because by that time I thought that art and culture education to the children is the most important to me. So I operate an international performing arts center just about 5 or 6 blocks from here. Okay, so every day there are kids of Indian, Chinese, Caucasian, Korean, Japanese, children are learning things from over 40 teachers. So every day the teachers teach the children what is right. So we make sure that our children know the right and the wrong, okay? So, but now, what is right is important, but what is wrong is also important. It's another way of learning. So the Memorial Park, okay, so I thought that, I really support this idea to have this monument because this is so close to our center. I will bring our children to here as a field trip to learn what is wrong in the past. So we will never do it again. Okay, so that is very important for our children. Thank you.
Can I
Thank you.
ask?
Thank you,
can I
Ms.
ask
Wu.
a question?
Yes, you may.
And when you say the council member come and go, right? So do you mean it's me and the orange will be gone by the end of this year?
Well, it's up to you.
No, I will.
But anyway, if the time is, if I still have time, then I would say that if you guys want to raise money, I support it, okay? We are specialized in performance, okay? I will.
So, Ms. Wu, you need to talk to the council.
Huh?
You need to talk to the council because you're addressing the council.
Okay, if you guys, if the council members need money to support this project, I will chip in my effort, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs.
How
Wu.
much? How much?
I wouldn't answer that question. You're on record. You don't want to get into trouble here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mrs. Wu.
Right, thank you.
The next speaker is Jane Chen. Jane Chen, welcome.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, every council, and good evening, everyone in this room. My name is Jane Chen. I am a citizen of Cupertino, so I am one of your voters. So
you say we have to pay attention?
You're eating into Mrs. Chen's time.
Sorry.
yeah, I see you already pay attention. So what I have in my hand is a news report. It says Pacific War Memorial dedicated at Sonoma State University. Then a picture follows. It said white roses were placed on a granite bench to signify those who died during Japan's invasion of China and during World War II. The bench is part of the Pacific War Memorial that was dedicated at Sonoma State University. So what this picture tells us? It tells us, number one, we are not recreating the wheel. There are some examples for us to follow. So people like us are thinking the same way. We just need to follow their steps. Number two, the monument will promote peace and reconciliation in the world. The rock actually carries the weight of Asian Holocaust. It will bless us and give people comfort. Number three, actually, I don't think it's a yes or no question. a memorial monument is doomed to stay in the memorial park. And there are plenty of people who are willing, including me, to donate to the project. So it won't cost any of the city's budget. I think those who initially want to say no to this project are either thinking too much or too lazy to do anything for the people. Number 4, I hope this monument can be a new symbol of Cupertino. It shows that all Cupertino citizens are intelligent peace lovers. The monument will standing under the sun forever. So I strongly encourage everyone sitting there, please be proud to say yes to this proposal because you are making the history. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Chen. Again, please hold your applause, please. I really appreciate it.
So,
Next speaker is...
Can I ask
Yes, you may.
the
Mrs.
city
Chen,
manager a question?
Councilman Chang wanted to ask you a question.
No, I was going to ask the city manager, but he said I'm going to ask you, so I'll just ask you. So you're saying that we are not leading the effort. This has already been exists in many places in the United States. So city of Cupertino doing this is just following. Am I correct?
Can you see that question again?
Yeah, we do it. If the city council decided to do it, we're not leading the pack. Other city already done it. Other places already done it already, right?
No, I did not say. I think we're just one of the cities that is leading the change. So if we're not number 1, at least we should be number 2.
Okay, all right, got it. David, can I ask you a question? Roughly, how much it cost if the council decided to go ahead? Do you have some idea?
It would depend on the design.
I have a question that since it's not on the agenda, we're not really should be talking about this unless it's agendized.
Well, I just ask a question.
Okay, or maybe the city attorney could advise us.
It's appropriate to have minimal back and forth, but it has to be brief answers to questions. Council can't take any action on this item.
Okay.
And all I'm asking is a brief answer.
Yeah, it would depend on the design.
Okay.
I mean, it could be quite elaborate. It could be quite inexpensive, depending on the design.
Okay, thank you.
Next speaker is Albert Fang. Welcome.
Good evening, Mayor Wang and all the council members of Cupertino, all the residents of Cupertino. So I also came here to support the proposal for the Genocide Memorial Site. And as Barry was questioning whether other cities have already done a memorial similar to the one we have proposed here, I can answer yes to that. And I actually have an article here right now explaining an action by the Glendale City Council to adopt this statute, a similar statute in that city. And I want to give you some background information on that. So the City Council approved the statute in order to honor the estimated 80,000 to 200,000 women from Korea, China, and other countries who were forced to work as prostitutes in military brothels against their will. And then Glendale attorneys has asked, so there was actually a lawsuit against this statute very recently, last April, citing that this statute is actually should probably be taken out of existence. And the attorneys who are working on behalf of the cities asked the judge to actually appeal this lawsuit because it actually cites Glendale's right to free speech and also to honor the history of this memorial. And so my article states that the law firm working against the city of Glendale actually cites that this monument does not challenge historical record, but however, they actually resigned just recently against this lawsuit, and their key reason for actually resigning was because they did not want to be seen as a corporation that denies the history of sexual enslavement of women during World War II. And then also this kind of statute has been recognized by historians internationally and government officials in both Japan and the United States for its legitimacy. And so they have actually switched attorneys for this case, but we are confident, many people are confident that that this switch will not impact the final decision to keep the statue. And so I want to just explain the statue to you. So this statue honors, like, in World War II, there were many comfort women from both Korea, China, Vietnam, and the Philippines who actually served Japanese soldiers, and they actually helped them. Well, didn't really help them, but they were forced into sexual slavery, basically. And Japan, right now, it has not acknowledged that this is actually a true fact. And I think the statue would actually, if it is approved by the city council, it will actually help bridge the gap between Japan and China, and also possibly the United States also. And it will foster a new kind of friendship, hopefully. And I think, basically, from my own opinion.
Thank you, Albert. Your time is up.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. No problem.
Dear City Council, my name is Larry Tan. Last December, I was here to present a proposal to put a memorial monument in the park.
Mr. Tan, why don't you try the other speaker will be better.
One?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I think at that meeting, you gentlemen give me some recommendation. One of them is to form a committee for this project. Okay, obviously, we have a committee formed. The second thing, you recommend me to have a supporter for the thing. Now, you see, we have a room for a supporter here. Okay, so I actually present a full page of content, try to present it to you, but I decided not to say it because my predecessor said enough. Okay, I don't have to add more information. I think you people get the message already. I'm here. Just ask you, gentlemen, one question. Can you give me one good reason not to put a memorial monument in a memorial park? All I need is one good reason not to do this. Okay. I think, in my personal regard, this is the best opportunity for you gentlemen in your lifetime to be memorized by the city of Cupertino, by the citizen of Cupertino, as a freedom fighter, as a justice fighter, as a hero of humanity of our time. Gentlemen, this is my word. I think you like to ponder this for a while before you make your final say or your final decision. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tan. The next speaker is Anisha Singh.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Mr. Mayor, a member of the council, thanks for the opportunity to speak today. First of all, I want to point out, I hope this is not a one-way communication. Even this open communication, you cannot discuss or vote on, but I hope at least you give us the benefit if you have any objection, question, or any concern. We like to learn at the end of today's open communication so we can work on. Because this has been dragging on since Larry last proposed in December. It has been 5 months. We've been meeting various people, including city manager and staff. We are taking input and come up with a compromise instead of a particular comfort woman monument. Now we come to a generic, as Councilman Ori Mahoney suggests, and have a genocide site which will be available for all different monuments. And we are asking for the first installation, which is modeled after the Sonoma State University. Answer Councilman Barry Chan's question, the cost is probably $10,000, roughly there, maybe more. But whatever that cost is, we will have a committee to raise the fund. It will cost city zero. Okay, all the money for installation, ceremonial, administrative will be covered by a private citizen committee. I have a piece of information here. I just like to read it. To ease the mind of the city council members and anyone in the great city of Cupertino and the state of California who are concerned with the perceived divisiveness related to the installation of a monument or memorial as proposed, I respectfully submit a copy of a joint statement issued by the Korean American Bar Association and the Japanese American Bar Association on May 5th, 2014, that firmly reject the distortion of history by the revisionist plaintiff in the Glendale Comfort Women lawsuit. Quote, the statement asserts no one should forget the immeasurable pain suffered by the Comfort women during World War II. The memorial shall not be used as a symbol to encourage hate of any kind or the expression of hostility toward others. A suit that seeks removal of the memorial shall not foster ethnic division and threaten to unravel the fabric of the progressive multi-ethnic community we have worked hard to build. Korean American Bar Association and the Japanese American Bar Association unequitably state jointly,
Thank you, Mr. Ting. Your time is up.
will not allow the Glendale controversy to divide our community. And this statement
Thank you,
is
Mr. Ting. Your
supported
time's up.
by
Councilman, I want to ask you a
19
question.
different ethnic groups, all lawyers. Thank you.
Councilors want to ask you questions.
Yes.
So you said that it won't cost the city anything. My understanding from a lot of people in the room is they actually want some amount of history or something on the monument.
Right.
So if we're going to list a monument for each group that's had genocide happen to them, and I'm excluding, if we only talk about genocide, there's thousands of cases. There are several tribes of American Indians.
Right.
For starters, are you going to pay for all of those?
We're going to ask for the installation we asked for.
So you only want to pay for the one you're asking for, not all the others?
If I buy a house, I pay for the house I asked for. I'm not going to pay for the neighbor.
Okay, thank you.